Before we start, if you love stories that dive deep into trust, love, and betrayal, hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments. I read every one. This story is about a moment I'll never forget, and the way it changed everything I thought I knew about the person I loved most. It started with a text that made my chest tighten. "I'll be home late. Don't wait up." It was from my wife. A simple message, harmless on the surface, but somehow it carried a weight I couldn't ignore. She was going to her work holiday party, something she had mentioned for weeks, and I had insisted on going with her. But now she was saying I shouldn't. I tried to brush it off. Maybe she just wanted to enjoy herself with co-workers, I thought. But over the past few months, subtle things had been gnawing at me. Missed calls I didn't recognize, text messages she would quickly close when I walked into the room, little excuses that didn't sit right. I questioned myself constantly. Was I imagining it? Or had something changed? That night, I decided to surprise her. I told her I'd swing by after work, just for a drink, to say hi. Maybe seeing me would lift her mood. Maybe it would remind us of the closeness we'd lost somewhere along the way. When I arrived, the office party was in full swing. Laughter, clinking glasses, and music that made the air vibrate. I scanned the room for her, my heart pacing as I did. And then I saw it. She was laughing, leaning a little too close to one of her co-workers, a man I barely knew but who looked entirely too familiar with her. His hand brushed against hers in a way that made my stomach knot. I froze, unsure if I should intervene or retreat. Minutes later, the man whispered something in her ear, and she laughed, the sound ringing too bright, too intimate. My mind raced. Was I overreacting? Maybe it was just friendly banter. But something in the curve of her smile, the way she tilted her head toward him, told me it wasn't. I walked over, trying to appear casual. "Hey," I said, my voice steadier than I felt. Her smile faltered, just slightly. "Oh, you're here early," she said, a flicker of surprise in her eyes. We talked, awkwardly at first, small talk that barely scratched the surface. But then I noticed something else. Text messages flashing on her phone. Conversations with the same coworker, just a few words here and there. And then a notification popped up. "Can't wait to see you tonight." I felt my chest tighten, my stomach twist. I didn't confront her then. Not in front of everyone. But inside, a storm was raging. After the party, I stayed quiet. I didn't accuse her immediately. I needed to be sure. I replayed every small interaction from the past months. The canceled plans, the late nights, the jokes she made at my expense in front of others. Each memory stung, but now it stung differently. The laughter that once felt safe now felt like betrayal. That night, at home, I watched her sleep and wondered if I had misunderstood. I wanted to believe in her, to believe in us. But the texts, the closeness, the way she avoided my gaze, how could I ignore it? The next morning, I confronted her. I kept my voice calm, though my hands shook. "I saw you at the party," I said, and I saw the messages. Her face went pale. For a moment, I thought she might deny it. But then she looked down, tears forming at the corners of her eyes. I didn't mean for you to see that," she whispered. "It started months ago. I don't know why I let it happen." I wanted to scream, to cry, to shake her until she understood. But instead, I felt something different, clarity. The woman I loved had betrayed my trust, and no apology could fix that overnight. We talked for hours after that, slowly, painfully. She expressed guilt, remorse, even shame. I listened, trying to understand without letting my anger explode. It was the hardest conversation of my life. Every word she said made me ache, but every silence made me stronger. In the weeks that followed, I had to decide what to do with my life, my heart, and my trust. Could I forgive her? Could I rebuild what was broken? Or was the most loving thing I could do for both of us to walk away? I chose the latter. The morning I left, I packed my essentials and left a note. "I loved you. I still do. But love without trust isn't enough. I hope you find the truth you've been avoiding, but not at the cost of anyone else's heart." Driving away, I felt the weight of months lift slowly, replaced by a quiet strength I hadn't felt in years. The pain was still there, a dull ache in my chest, but it no longer controlled me. I realized that self-respect isn't loud, it's quiet, deliberate, unshakable. In the end, I learned something essential. Betrayal isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's in the whispers, the small touches, the subtle messages. And sometimes the bravest act of love is walking away from someone you still care for, choosing yourself when trust has been broken. If there's one lesson I want you to take from my story, it's this: trust your instincts. Notice the small signs. Don't let fear of confrontation keep you from protecting your heart. And remember, self-respect is the foundation for any relationship, but especially the one with yourself.